Happy Friday, Raptors.
I'm your host, Zach Tischerman.
And I'm Jackson Stofka.
Sit back and relax, Raptors.
Because we have a great show for you guys. The theater department will be selling student discounted tickets today during lunch for the fall musical, which continues tonight.
They're only $5, so get them now. Otherwise, they're $10 at the door. Veterans Day is coming up.
And we all know Mr. Dickerson.
But I bet most of you didn't know that he served in the U.S. Army.
Here are Julian and Andrew to tell us more.
Mr. Dickerson was in the Army Reserve in his time of service.
I was activated for Desert Storm in '91 and worked at Walter Reed Hospital full-time for 5 months to what we call backfill. The people at Walter Reed went to Germany and the people in Germany went to Kuwait. So I was activated, so I was active duty for 5 months, but never in combat.
He served for a total of 15 years in the Army and got out in 1998. When he left the Army, he was ranked as a first lieutenant. He was a 71 Delta, which dealt with discipline if needed.
Veterans Day's coming up, and so I can't wait because I'll call my father, who retired from the Navy, and I grew up as a Navy brat, so I was in the Army, but I'm partial to the Navy. And I have a son-in-law that's a F-16 pilot in the Air Force.
Now he is a father of 6 kids and has 15 grandkids, and works at Ravenwood High School as an assistant principal. His hobbies include playing sports and spending time with family.
Well, my dad set the example and always had love of family and country, and so I followed his example and thought it would be nice to serve my country. And I actually wanted to go regular Army, but my wife decided when we had our 6th kid that we probably wasn't a good career move for me. So.
Something that a lot of us don't know is that our fellow Raptors families have served in the military.
One of our own broadcasting students, Easton Smith, interviewed his grandfather on what it was like serving in Vietnam.
Today we interviewed my grandfather for Veterans Day.
He served in Vietnam for 2 years.
Did you serve in?
The Vietnam War.
How long did you serve?
I stayed in Vietnam a year and 1 day.
What branch of the military did you serve in?
The U.S. Army Infantry.
How long have you been retired from the military?
I was drafted in '66 and got out in '68, March of '68.
Do you have any injuries?
No, sir.
What sacrifices did you have to make?
Hardest thing I did was come back to Asheville and tell a friend of mine's wife that he got killed in Vietnam.
Do you have any memorabilia?
No, I don't like to remember too much about it.
What's your best memory?
Best memories was serving my country and being able to serve and protect this country.
Do you have a worst memory?
Yeah, so there's a couple nights we had a lot of mortar rounds and come in, had a lot of casualties, but I still deal with that today.
What do you do now?
Well, since I retired, I raised organic blackberries, blueberries, and peaches in Giles County, Tennessee. It's a U-pick business and do real well with it. Enjoy meeting people, a lot of veterans and community people.
How do you celebrate Veterans Day?
I usually go to VFW and eat with a bunch of guys that's in the VFW.
All right, thank you for sharing with us some memories from the war.
The library has some great new book displays for our students.
We have a section pairing high-interest books with career choices.
We have a section of books to movies.
And our student workers have pulled books that they're thankful for in the month of November.
Plus, they just received an order of new books, so it's a great day to go visit the library and check out a new book.
Jackson, where'd you get that sweet Raptors gear?
It's just some of the new merch from the Raptors student store. I think Pat Summit would approve.
Thanks, guys.
Now we have another interview with one of our veterans.
This great video is brought to you by Helen Johnson and Marco Romello.
So my name is Major Marco Romello. I am married to Alejandro Romello. I've been married for about 20 years. And as far as my job goes, I am in the Army.
What are your hobbies?
So some of my hobbies are riding my bike, traveling, and also jogging.
And for how long have you been serving in the Army?
I've been in the military since 1995, so that's about 23 years.
And what's your mission?
So my mission changes depending where I am. If I'm in the United States, my mission is to get soldiers ready to deploy or mobilize. If I am one of those soldiers deployed or mobilized, and my mission would be to support what we call the war fighter, either to fight a war, or we also answer the call for humanitarian missions. In 2010, during the earthquake in Haiti, I was part of the team to provide humanitarian assistance and relief to the people that were devastated in Port-au-Prince. And I had the opportunity to work with the leader of a humanitarian group that put together supplies in order to help with the relief effort.
And how did serving in the Army affect your life?
In the service, everyone sacrifices, and there comes times when you are away from your family and friends for an extended period of time. But even though there are many sacrifices, it is a very rewarding job.
Hey guys, I'm Laura Knott.
And I'm Ashley Pollock.
Dodge for a Cause has announced its date.
And it's December 1st.
So start thinking of your teams this weekend and make sure to pick up a form from me,
Emily
Guider,
Caroline Reed,
Student Services,
or Miss Dykes
on Monday.
The Coding Club will meet Tuesday, November 13th after school in the library from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
And a trainer will join us to help code a traffic light.
Finally, here's our last veteran we are honoring.
This video is brought to you by Drake, and he is interviewing his dad who was in the Navy.
Hi, my name is Brian White. I am the managing principal at Crossland Technologies. I served in the United States Navy for 4 years. I was an information systems technician, served in Keflavik, Iceland at the Naval Computer and Telecommunication Station, which was a NATO facility for 2.5 years. And then I was on the USNS Rappahannock, which was forward deployed to Sasebo, Japan. From Japan, we pretty much cruised all over the Pacific and the Indian Ocean, Persian Gulf, and were attached to the Kitty Hawk battle group.
Would you serve in the military again?
I absolutely would.
Why?
Well, the camaraderie and if there was a great need to serve the country again, I would absolutely do it.
How did serving affect your life?
Well, it was one of the best decisions that I think I've ever made. It taught me discipline. I saw quite a lot of the world, lived in different countries, and also learned a valuable skill set at the same time.
Well, Raptors, that's going to do it for us.
Thank you so much for tuning in this week.
I'm Jackson Ostafka.
And I'm Zach Tischerman.
Signing off.